A group of white South Africans are now in the U.S. after being granted expedited refugee status. The Trump administration has accused South Africa's black majority government of violence and discrimination against Afrikaners, the white majority that ruled South Africa during apartheid. South African officials have denied those claims. Let's bring in Department of Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane. Scott, what do we know about the president expediting the resettlement of these South Africans but halting other refugee admissions?
That really is the controversy, Vlad. These 59 people we saw ushered into Dulles International Airport in Virginia yesterday were expedited. They were fast-tracked into the U.S., claiming refugee status, seeking resettlement, even as the administration kind of closes the valve on the resettlement of others from other war-torn places or other harrowing circumstances. It was really quite a sight to watch them come in. We saw the children come out first, we saw the parents behind them being greeted by Trump administration officials with balloons and flags. The issue here, according to the Deputy Secretary of State, who we pressed for answers, is that there are, quote, harrowing circumstances and the threat of death or killing for these refugees back home in South Africa. The administration is going to be facing criticism from start to finish on this because these were white faces inside the airport hangar as so many people from other countries unsuccessfully seek that same treatment.
So could more groups from South Africa be coming to the United States in the next couple of days, Scott?
We asked that very question. The administration declined to answer, but they certainly have set the table for this. The president signed an executive order to unilaterally open up this path for the Afrikaners in South Africa. He has not done so for those in the Western Hemisphere trying to get north, trying to get to the United States for asylum to seek refugee status. But I would expect it's a matter of when, not a matter of if.
Let me ask you about something else, Scott. The Congress's primary main research arm, of course, is the Library of Congress. There is some new leadership after the previous librarian was summarily fired. What are you hearing about? What are you hearing from members of Congress specifically about whether or not this represents an overreach of the executive branch? I know two officials were escorted off the premises of the library yesterday after they were deemed to not have the access or the clearance to be there.
This feels like it's destined for the courts, like another separation of powers issue where members of Congress have criticized the president for unilaterally firing the librarian of Congress, who functions as the lead of Congress's research arm. So you've got a whole balance of power issue here. What's more, the president has installed, at least temporarily, his deputy attorney general, that man, Todd Blanche, his former criminal defense lawyer, as the acting librarian of Congress. And that is quite a side gig, Vlad. The librarian of Congress has an enormous Herculean job in front of him or her. That is now the side job of Todd Blanche. I would expect Congress to try to trigger some investigations of this, at least the Democrats in Congress, to see if the president overstepped in firing the head of Congress's research arm.
It is remarkable to watch these men who have no background or experience in some of these jobs that they've been nominated to now take on another responsibility in which they have no background or experience. Really fascinating stuff happening in Washington. All right, Scott, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it.
Thank you.